This video is sponsored by Envato Elements. Visit the Envato Elements, and get a 7 days trial. Download anything absolutely free for 7 days. Check the first link in the description. Hey everyone, welcome back to my After Effects tutorial. In case you don't want to follow this tutorial, you can download this template from the link in the description. So let's get started. Open After Effects and create a new composition. I am calling it a Valorant inspired logo intro. I am using the 1920 by 1080 resolution, at 30 frames per second. You are free to use your own settings. Now the first step is to create a new solid layer, and call it background. Use any color you want, and then hit OK. Now go to the effects and the presets, and search for the 4-color gradient. Place it onto the layer, and then change the color to the red one. I am keeping the red shade for all of the points, so that it will have this nice looking gradient. Let's add our text now. Go to the tools, and select the text tool. Click anywhere on the screen, and start typing your text. Eject from the typing box, and then align your text into the center. By the way, you can use the logo instead of the text. Also, you can download this font from the link in the description. Now right-click on this text layer, and choose Pre-compose. I'm calling it logo/text and then hit OK. Now we will add some random effects to this text layer. So go to the effects and the presets, and search for the CC ball action. Apply it to the layer, and let's adjust a few settings. First, change the ball size to 30, and change the spacing value to 2. Let's increase the scale of this layer. Open Scale, and change the scale value to 350%. As you can see, the balls are looking a little blur. But we can fix it very easily. But we need the Switch tab here for fixing it. In case the Switch tab is not available here for you, simply right-click here, go to the columns, and choose Switches. Now click on this Collapse Transform option, and it will retain all the quality. Let's change the scale value to 500%. Now I'm going to change the ball size to 25, and the grid spacing value to 10. And this is how it looks now. Not bad. Let's add some animation now. Open Position, then go to around 10 frame position, and add a keyframe on the position. Then go to the first frame position, and change the first position value to a higher number. Now select both keyframes, and press F9 to ease them. Now open Graph Editor. In case your graph does not look like this, then right-click here, and choose Edit Speed Graph. Now select the keyframes, and change the curves to something like this. Switch back to the main timeline, and this is how the animation will look now. Pretty good. Now go to the 5th frame position, and then split this layer into 2 parts. Select the top layer, and then delete this CC ball action from it, so that it will show the original color of the logo. Let's add some glitches now. Create a new solid layer, and call it a glitch map. Then go to the effects and the presets, and search for the fractal noise. Place it onto the layer, and let's add one more effect. It is called Mosaic. Place it right below the fractal noise, and then change the value of the horizontal block to 5, and the vertical block's value to 20. Also, check this sharp color option, and we are good to go. Now pre-compose this layer, and call it Glitch Map. Move all attributes into the new composition, and then hit OK. Let's hide this layer, because we don't need to see it. Select the bottom layer, then again go to the effects and the presets, and search for the time displacement. Place it onto the layer, and then select the time displacement layer to the glitch map. it will add this glitch to your logo. This glitch only appears when we have any motion into the layer, else it won't visible at all. Perfect. Let's open position, then go to the end keyframe, and then split this layer once again. Then open the position, and remove all position keyframes from it. Let's place it like this, so that I can see the logo from the right edge. Now add a keyframe. Then go to 5 frames forward, and change the first Y position value to a higher number. Now select both keyframes, and press F9 to ease them. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. If you don't like this look, then you can always adjust the timing of this glitch. I am just showing you the way, the destiny is yours. In case you want the glitch effect to look less, then you can change the max displacement time value to a lower number. Let's keep it 0.2, and this is how it looks now. Let's do the same for this layer as well. Adjust the keyframe, and now we are moving to the next step. Go to the end keyframe position, and then split it once again. Select the top layer and open the position, remove all position keyframes. Then open the scale, and change the scale value to a lower number. You may need to align your text into the center once again. Now add a keyframe on the scale, then go to the 5 frames forward, and change the scale value to 100%. Select both keyframes, and press F9 to ease them. Open Graph Editor, and change the curves to something like this. Switch back to the main timeline, and this is how it looks now. Adjust the timing if required. Again go to the end keyframe position, and split this layer. Select the top layer, and press U to reveal all keyframes. Remove the scale keyframes, as well as the time displacement effect. Then go to the effects and the presets, and search for the CC lens. Apply it to the layer, and adjust a few settings. Change the scale value to 100%, so that the logo won't look that big. Now change the size value to a higher number, so that it will look like this. I am using a size value of 122. We will use the convergence for animating it. But first, change the Y center value to the lower one, and place it at the bottom of the logo. It's time to add some animation. Now add a keyframe on the convergence, then go to around 10 frames forward, and change the convergence value to 0. And this is how it will look now. Press U to reveal all keyframes, select both keyframes, and ease them. Open Graph Editor, and change the curves to something like this. Switch back to the main timeline, and this is how the animation will look. Not bad. Let's move to the next step. Minimize all layers, and make sure to unselect any selected layers. Then go to the tools, and select the pen tool. Please note, my fill is set to none, and my stroke is set to a solid color. I am using the same color as the text. Also, my stroke size is 16 pixels. Now create a stroke like this. Use the Shift key for creating a straight line. Let's rename this layer and call it Line. Then open the line, click on Add, and choose Trim Paths. Open Trim Paths, and change the end value to 0%. Then go to the first frame, and add a keyframe on the end, as well as the start. Then go to the 15 frame position, and change the end, as well as the start value to 100%. Now seems like my line has disappeared, so select the start keyframes, and place them a few frames after. Now we have this nice looking line animation. Let's solo this layer, as well as the background, so that you can see the animation. Not bad. Now select all keyframes, and press F9 to ease them. Open Graph Editor, and make sure to select the Move tool, and change the curves to something like this. Switch back to the main timeline, and the line looks like this. Now go to the end keyframe position, and split this layer. Delete the top part, because we don't need it. Now we have this animated line section only. Perfect. Let's zoom out a little, and then unsolo this shape line and the background. Now we need to place it in a different position. So use the Shift plus arrow key on your keyboard to place it at a different position. Now make more duplicates and place them randomly. Also, make sure to change the timing of each line so that they will look dynamic. I am fast forwarding this step. You are free to use your own ideas here. Now, I will rotate a few lines, so that they will match with the letter. Place it on the letter position, and it is matching with the letter L. Check the animation, and this is how it looks. Let's quickly change the stroke width value in a few layers, so that it will look more dynamic. Not bad. Arrange the timing if you need it, and this is how it looks now. Now we are moving to the next step, minimize all layers. Then go to the tools, and select the text tool. Click and drag to create a text box, and then keep pressing the plus key on your keyboard, to add the plus letters. You can add the X letter as well. Let's change the font size value to 30, and a different font. I'm using the Montserrat Light. Now trim out this layer in a small part. You can use the Alt, or Option, plus the square bracket close key on your keyboard, to trim it. Let's adjust the position, and make more duplicates. I am placing them randomly to get a dynamic look. You're free to use your own design ideas. Keep the duration shorter, so that it will appear only for a few frames. Perfect. Adjust the position of the plus letter layer, and then we are moving to the next step. Make sure to unselect any selected layer, then go to the tools and select the ellipse tool. Please note, my fill is set to a solid color, and my stroke is set to none. I'm using the same color as the text. Now create an ellipse like this, use the Shift key to make a perfect circle. Let's rename this layer as Circle, then go to the Effects and the Presets, and search for the Venetian blinds. Apply it onto the layer, and change the transition completion value to 90%, and width value to 10. Also, change the direction angle to 45 degrees, and this is how it will look. Place it anywhere you want, and now we are going to trim out this layer as well. Let's make more duplicates of it, and place them at different timing, as well as the position. You can also increase the scale value to a different one, to get a different look. I am making around 4 copies, and placing them randomly. Now select this circle layer, then go to the Effects and the Presets, and search for the Wave Warp. Place it right below the Venetian blinds, and change the direction angle to 45 degrees. Now change the width value to 100, and it will add these nice looking waves into the blinds. Let's quickly place it here, and this is how it looks now. I think the wave animation is too fast, so select this layer, and change the wave speed value to 0.5. Select this one, and change the wave speed to 0.5 as well. Minimize all layers, and now we are moving to the next step. Create a new solid layer, and call it light. Place it on top of all layers, then go to the effects and the presets, and search for the gradient ramp. Place it onto the layer, and change the ramp shape to the radial ramp. Also, click on this swap color button to reverse the colors. Now change the start color to this red one, and the end color to this violet blue color. Now change the mode to the screen, and this is how it will look now. I think I need to change the opacity value of it, so I'm keeping the opacity value of 30%. And this is how it looks now. Let's add some texture to it. So first, create a new solid layer, and call it texture. Use any color you want, and then hit OK. Now go to the effects and the presets, and search for the fractal noise. Place it onto the layer, and then change the fractal type to smeary. Then open transform, and change the scale value to 50. Now right-click on it, and choose Pre-compose. I am calling it Texture Comp. Select Move All Attributes, and then hit OK. Let's hide it because we do not need to see it. Now right-click here, and create a new adjustment layer. I am calling it Texture. Then go to the effects and the presets and search for the texture eyes. Apply it onto the layer, and change the texture layer to the texture comp, and texture contrast value to 0.3. Now change the light direction value to 0 degrees, so that it will look like this. You can also change the texture placement to the center texture. Let's change the texture contrast value to 0.2. Well, let's open this texture comp, and change the fractal scale value to 30. And the texture size will affect this layer. Let's keep the texture contrast value to 0.1, and now we are done. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I will see you in the next one. Till then, good luck, and peace. Design video products faster, with Envato Elements. Get unlimited download After Effects template, stock footage, fonts, music files, and web templates. Visit the Envato Elements. Check the first link in the description.